start right now, otherwise we'll lose Facebook. There we go. I think yeah, man, dude. Yeah, Sean, dude. So yeah, the
What's
Echoplex
happening?
pedal, the
Yes,
Echoplex, man, is awesome, dude.
man. I'm a huge U2 fan, and I think he was using that for a long time. And I love the reverb and delay. I mean, I had a actually when I was playing guitar through the '80s, I would have so much reverb on and delay,
Mm-hmm.
and I just loved it. But then if we start playing really fast stuff, then it would get kind of lost, and it was kind
Sure.
of bad.
Yeah, yeah.
But
When you play using a delay, even
mhm,
well, reverbs or it depends on how much, but with
yeah,
delays, you have to play with the delay. You have
yes,
to
Right.
play within there. You
somewhere in
have,
there.
yeah, you have to,
Hmm.
and you have to. It has everything has to match up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rhythm.
So
Yes. Yes, when I was doing a gig, well, I was playing with Riot. I was playing with those guys,
yeah,
the
yeah,
three-piece band, and we did that song Lock 11, and it has that U2 edge on
Uh-huh.
delay thing going on, and I used the carbon copy for that,
mm-hmm.
and it was awesome. I tell you, man, it had that perfect timing that I had it set for, and it had like the Bloody Sunday kind of
Oh,
thing
cool.
going
Cool,
on, and then
cool.
and
Yeah,
then yeah, and then I would go. I think that would be like in the verse or whatever, and then when it went to the chorus, then I would hit the strings hard, and then it would break up just enough for it sound like it was
Mm-hmm.
it was distorting, but it was clean at the same time. I just love that.
That's cool.
yeah, yeah. It's
The
good.
carbon copies, is that the smaller one?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
They
looks
have
like
Don't you
one.
have one, John?
They have the. Well, it's not that I have a small one, but they have the they have a
right.
they have a small version of that.
Yeah, mini
Somebody
pedal.
sent me. Somebody sent me that. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
really? Is it like
yeah,
a is it like a green, a
yeah,
sparkly green? Yep, that's the one I have.
yeah. There's the
And
regular sized green one. They
mhm,
make a lighter green one,
okay,
Hmm.
which I think it's brighter. I think it's like a brighter tone, and then they make there's like mini pedals now that they make, and there's an official carbon copy mini pedal now as well,
okay. I have to tell you guys a
which
story
is
about
cool.
that on that. Why
Cool,
I, I bought that carbon copy when
cool.
I was.
Well,
Oh,
let's do this first,
okay, yes, yes. I'm sorry.
real quick. Let's
We'll
do
get in
this.
that.
Hey everybody, Johnny Beane here. This is exclusively Van Halen, Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. And it is May 6th, 2022. Welcome everybody. If this is your first time here, smash that subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. If you like rock music talk, if you like guitars, if you like Van Halen, if you like Kurt
Right.
5150, this is the place to be. This is Johnny Bean TV. And really quickly here, let's say hello to the executive producers here on Johnny Bean TV. They are Dave Ennis, Final Freak 5150, Mike Neese, Music Therapy Laz. We actually spent the day together yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. Majestic PB and J Cat, Wayno, False. Wait, where am I? Steve O 5150, False
Yeah.
Flag, Sherman Callahan, Andy Carson, Michael B, R Habs, Warlag, The Chad, Lawrence Christensen, Lenny Lou and Mary, James Gum, John Moronic, Paul Martin Woods, Stephen Franklin, Michael Smith, the Captain, Thomas Santiago, Joe Christian, Jim Ray Hawkins, David Allen Wright, and Steve Carmichael. That's the top tier of channel membership here on Johnny Bean TV here on YouTube. If you'd like to become a channel member, click that join button right below the 12 thumbs ups currently. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you'd like to help support the channel, support these shows, any super chats will change the color of my lights. This is the Guitar Noir. Any donations towards the channel, which literally keeps the lights on for these shows, will magically change the color of those lights. And let's say you're watching this on replay, you can actually help with super thanks, which is like a super chat, anytime, day or night. And let's see, we're live on Facebook, if I can find that card. Johnny Beane TV Facebook page, where we have Facebook Stars, which is a digital gift that helps in the production of these shows. And speaking of Facebook, we're live in the exclusively Van Halen group, just under 63,000 members. EVH Gear Live group, EVH Gear Live page, Johnny Beane TV group, and so on.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere, including Google. You can actually review us on Google. Just type in Johnny Beane TV on Google. If you're signed into the chat, signed into YouTube, you're already signed into Google. So you can leave a review about these shows, about this channel. And May 13th, 2022, Louis Costa will be here from Fairfield Guitar Co. And we'll be talking about his Eddie Van Halen guitar straps. He's making some very cool straps of like the original. Like, Sean, do you remember that guitar strap? Do you remember the 1978 like the black and white guitar?
Yes.
The shark guitar.
Yes.
This really weird one called the Megazone. They all kind of had a guitar strap that looked like that back in the day.
Bomber strap.
And
That's
the bomber strap. And Fairfield Guitar Co. is making some of those. And they will be here Friday the 13th.
Oh, that's perfect.
So
look out.
Gonna get you. There you go. That's pretty rad.
And Johnny, executive producer Steve O 5150 sent me a package. So later tonight I'll open it up.
Oh, right on.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Good thing you're blurry. We missed the address.
Oh, yes, you're super blurry.
It's marked out. I got DSL internet.
Oh, okay, there it goes. There it goes.
Man. Oh,
cool.
Dude, so Sean, it's so great to have you, man.
Howdy, folks.
This is like your fourth time here, I think, over the years.
I think so, yes.
I mean, on the show. I mean, we see you in the chat all the time. And we've actually met in real life. We've met at the NAMM show. Mm-hmm. When I was getting a tour of EVH, I met you.
That was the first time,
I remember,
right?
That was the first time we officially were introduced.
Okay.
I met you at the NAMM show 2013. I was at the EVH booth, and somebody, I forget, I was talking to somebody, and you were sitting there playing the red, black, and white, and somebody said, "That's the guy that set that guitar up." Like, they pointed towards you, and I'm like, and you were like showing me the guitar.
Chris Canella, I think.
Was it Chris Canella? It might have been.
I think
it might have been. He was there, yeah.
I remember that. That's crazy, Johnny. You have
9 years ago, man.
Dang. That's amazing. Yes,
yeah.
That's cool. That was really good times, because I think the 2013 was, well, from 2008, I think it was, when the Wolfgang first came out, right? Was 2008? Because we were doing, actually, when I got hired there at Fender, doing the Jacksons and all that stuff, then Chip Ellis brought in the art series. Okay, and then we started doing those, and then it went into the 25th anniversary, the Frankenstrats, those 300 of those, which I did a video. I don't know if you've seen that video, which has been up there for 10 plus years.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And that was really cool. And I think then I started doing the whole Borns thing. And then I think that's when I would go back and forth, and that's when I ran into you. That's right, in 2013. I'm trying to replay here. That was so long ago.
I remember 2013 meeting you at the booth.
Yeah. Yes.
Or just, them being like, oh, that's the guy, and you were playing the guitar. You were showing me the guitar. But the first time we actually were introduced was when I was with Chip Ellis and we were at EVH and we were at we went up to your bench.
Yes, I remember, Johnny. I'm sorry. I got
and he's like, this is Sean. And I'm like, Sean, I met you at NAMM. And then, of course, every NAMM after that, I would see you and we would hang out and stuff. And I have one of your Bourne's pots in one of my Wolfgangs. Believe it or not.
Awesome. Thank you. That's bad, dude.
R2 R3 Locky Nut says Sean set up my custom shop, Charvel. I still have the hang tag.
Oh, nice. Thank you. That really means a lot. I set up so many, different, Charvels and Wolfgangs and Jacksons and I think when I first started, check this out. This is really cool. It was my second day there, and they just told me like, yeah, can you just work with us as a temp, and then after Thanksgiving, then we'll actually hire you, full time, and then try to get you up there with us and everything. I'm like, that's cool. And Greg Burnett, I don't know if you know Greg Burnett, Johnny. You remember Greg?
No? I know the name.
Okay.
I know the name. Yeah.
Okay. He was a supervisor, and he was the one that actually hired me, along with Tim. Tim that built the Randy Rhoads. They were like, yeah, we have this special guitar that we want you to train on. I'm like, all right, cool. So they bring over this Charvel, and it was the same type of Charvel that Steve Vai used in Crossroads.
Oh man.
Yes. And someone ordered it and wanted it exact like that guitar, which if you watch the movie, it doesn't look like it has all the sparkles in it, which I didn't see sparkles in it. But then I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, this is cool. It actually looks like a BMX seat, cherry on sparkly.
Yeah.
Seat. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Candy
Greg was
apple,
training.
red.
Yes, exactly. And Greg goes, yeah, like I'm going to start setting it up. I'm like, all right, cool. And he was talking to me, and a soldering iron was right next to it. And as he's talking to me, I saw smoke, and I looked over, and it was the tip of the soldering iron was right on the back side of the guitar. I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry. And he goes, oh, that's not your fault. I was talking to you, and I probably bumped into it and didn't realize it and stuff. But yeah, so they had to run it back to paint, and then they brought it back up to me when they were done, and I finished setting it up. But that was a really cool memory because I always loved that movie Crossroads, and that was the first thing popped up.
That's great, man.
So how did you get hired on there? I know you said you were temp, but like how did that all pan out?
Oh my gosh. It was a trip. When I first I'll try to make it real fast on this part. Back in 98, I just got married, and my wife, she was like, you should go to Fender, because they're hiring, and I know that you're like in between jobs because I do special effects for movie theme parks and stuff like that, building stuff. And I was in between jobs, and I got tired of waiting for jobs to pop up, waiting for my friend that was my boss, waiting for him to tell me to work. And I just got married, so I'm like, I need money, I need cash flow, right? So my ex, well, it was my wife at the time, she goes, Fender is actually hiring. I'm like, oh shoot. Because back in the early 80s, no, not the early 80s, but the late 80s, I needed a job. I was 17 or 18, probably 20. And so I went down there to apply when they were at the Corona right by the freeway, because they were closer to the freeway at that spot. Before they moved by the airport. So I went, so I was telling her the story. So I went to go apply, and I was getting ready to go on tour with the band I was in at the time. We were going to Chicago to play some festival or something or whatever. And I was going to see if I was going to get the job over there in Corona for Fender. And the guy that was going to hire me is like, "Oh my gosh, just you're like perfect to be in a tester for for Fender." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I filled out everything, and then I went back, and then I found out that we're going to go to Chicago to do that show, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't work at Fender," because the band finally got to that point to where we were starting to do something. So I went there to go tell the guy, and he was like, "Oh, it's okay because I was going to see if you could wait and come back later because we kind of did a miscalculation thing for hiring people." So everything worked out. Okay, so fast forward from I think that was 1989. Fast forward to 1999. I went to apply again, and I was getting ready to do some gig, doing some special effects, and I told the HR lady that I was possibly going to go somewhere and do some gig building effects, and that came through because it was way more money. So that was the second time that I missed it. So the third time was 2004. The work got slow, and I just got back from South Korea. We were building some effects in this hotel it was like a Halloween haunted house, but up in a high rise.
Oh wow!
Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a really cool experience. So I went ahead and took that gig, and that was the last thing I had. So when I came back from that, that's when my wife told me, goes, "Look, I found out, which you won't believe this, because Fender is hiring again." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So I went to the job fair, and I went and applied at the job fair, and the lady, she goes, "You look familiar. Your name sounds familiar." I'm like, "Yeah, because I came in 1998, or it was 99 to apply." She goes, "I remember you because you do the special effects." And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "We would love to hire you. And check this out. We just bought out the Jackson guitar line in Charvel." And I go, "I play, Jackson. I would love to work for that. I would love to build that." She goes, "This is perfect." And she goes, "Okay, well, look, I seen that you went to apply at the temporary agency," because that's where my wife's seen it. She actually seen the temporary agency first, and then she saw the job fair. So I hit them from both angles. I went to the and I went to Fender. And she goes, "Well,
Awesome.
look, yeah." She goes, "Well, since you filled out the stuff with the temp agency, the paperwork, we'll just have you work with them for 3 months, and then we'll just hire you." And I guess this happened right after my birthday, which August. So August, September, October. Yeah, I got hired after Thanksgiving of 2004. So
Wow.
that's how it all came about. And Tim Wilson he was so cool, and Greg. They were like, "We know you're making all this money doing the visual effects and stuff, and we really want you to work for the company, and we just moved over here, and we're doing all this stuff." I'm like, just hang on, then we'll get you your pay scale up, and everything would be cool. I go, you guys, I've been wanting to work for you guys for a long time, since the 80s. So, I'll take a pay cut for now, and and they lived up to their word, on that. And
Yeah.
Cool.
So what is it that you did there?
I was the setup guy, the final assembly. They had me they wanted me to go through this crash course, and they sent me to the dungeon. That's what they called it. Yeah, it was
literally the dungeon.
Yeah. And what it was, Fender had 2 levels, and Jackson was upstairs, which is actually, I think you went through it, Johnny, when you went through the tour. It was where they had like the EVH logo was there, and you could walk through all that.
I went through the entire building.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we used to be up there, and man, there's just so much stuff I want to tell you guys, and I'm trying to cram it all in there.
Hey there.
What's up, dude?
Hey, Jaden. That's my son. He can't hear you guys. What's up?
Yeah.
I was eating some cheese and tortilla. This cheese, I'm trusty.
Dude, everyone hit the thumbs up for Sean, please.
I put that shit down.
Okay, son. We'll talk about that later. Okay. Oh, the switch. I'm sorry, you guys.
No,
I'm
you're
not sure,
all right.
but
I got 3 kids.
I'll
I know
get
what
for
it's
you
like.
later. That's awesome. He goes,
Yeah.
Dad, I promise I'll just let you do the show thing and I'll talk to you later. And then he wants to see you guys.
That's all
Yeah,
good.
he's been. I think every time you've been on the show, we've seen him. You know.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's cool. Thank you. And so yeah, it was yeah. So when Fender was actually when Jackson Line was upstairs, they would send me. They told me the first thing that I needed to do was go to the dungeon. I'm like, what the hell is a dungeon? So they take me down the stairs, and I go into the place where the buff and polish is, which is way on the other side of the building in the corner. I'm like, and it's loud, and because they're buffing and the
Yeah.
machines. You remember?
Yeah, yeah. When Chip took me through when I did the tour,
Yeah.
you had to wear goggles.
Mhm.
I think like maybe
Ear protection.
earplugs or yeah.
Mhm.
There's all kinds. It's
Yeah.
very noisy.
Very
A lot
noisy.
of stuff going on.
Yeah, and so that's where they did the fret jobs, dressing frets
Oh,
and
wow.
stuff. And I never done frets. I mean, I fixed my own frets, back in the day, but not their type of production, where it's like, actually at that time they were doing maybe 19 Jacksons a day. So they would have to do, 19 guitars a day down there.
Wow.
And it's 19 per, department down the
Mhm.
line. So Greg was like, it's okay. 'Cause we know that you're just learning. And so what I did, oh, you guys, I'm gonna see if I can find it real fast if I have it in here. In the guest room, Greg wrote down, which I found it.
Oh, cool.
Well, nah, I can't find it right now. But Greg wrote down every little detail on setups for each guitar for me. Yeah, it's like that thick paper.
Oh, man.
Because I mean, he was telling me what to do, and I was like, oh, this is cool. But I go, Greg, it would be cool if you have like like some kind of manual to where I could take it home and I could look at it and burn it in my brain. And he goes, no, that's okay. I'll just write it down for you. So I kept that thing for 14 years.
Setup Bible.
Yes. And it's the old paper, like the yellow paper, a notebook paper.
Yeah.
And I train guys on it when I start training people there. And so yeah, so that was the first thing that I had to go through as far as for them to see if I could keep up with them. Because setups, it's kind of like intimidating, when you're working with brand new guitars, and anything could happen. Oops, trying to screw down something with a drill. I seen guys drill through necks.
Oh my gosh.
But exactly. But the thing that really hurt my heart when I first got hired there was when they told me to go downstairs on a Saturday, and they had to destroy all these guitars that they had flaws. And there were guitars that you and I would be like really happy to have, and they would take everything off and put them through this machine. It would just shred them.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
That was the brutal part. So
hi, Alice.
Wow. So you were there when the whole EVH collaboration got established, right?
Yes, that's correct. I was Chip did everything with Ed and everything, and got everything ready, going through those guys from Scottsdale, getting everything approved and stuff, and then they would send it to us to I think it was myself, Chip Ellis, of course, Greg Burnett, Dave Collins, and maybe Joe Williams. I don't think Joe came in at that time. Joe came like a little later in the game. But yeah, I was there from the very beginning. And when I started the band Hour 11, and they really were very supportive with that band. They let me I got 2 guitars from them to use for that band, which was the Wolfgangs, the black ones, which I gave one of them to Gerd, and I think I traded the other one. Yeah, and they also, I got the PC one, the Jackson PC one, to use in that band. They let me take the guy from Megadeth. He was in Megadeth. Chris, last name
Broderick.
Broderick. Yes, they let me.
I met him at a NAMM show one year. I have a
Yeah.
selfie with him, and he's pointing at me. That's how I remember.
Yeah, Chris is cool. He was a really cool guy. But they let me use the 7-string for the recording for hour 11 on that. So yeah, I very supportive company, So
yeah, I remember because I've followed you in hour 11 for years, and so I remember you playing the guitars, the amp. I think you played 5150 amps and stuff.
Yes, they sent me like a couple amps. Like I got the 50-watt version, and actually I got that amp when I was actually in the studio. And my friend Jeff, he worked in the warehouse. He goes, "Sean, you got an amp sitting here from Scottsdale?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," because I asked him if I could buy it, and use it, because I already played through the 100, and I recorded the EP. Well, let me tell you the story about that real fast, just real fast. When we did on the EP, I was playing the Mesa Boogie, which I love mesas. I play mesas forever, but I couldn't get my triple to sound right. There was something that even like the producer was trying to move the mics around and try to figure it out. And so I went ahead and did all the guitars. And my friend Rich, that owned the studio and he was a producer, he goes, "Look, I've been wanting to buy the 5153 that you guys just came out with." I'm like, "Sure." So he gave me the money. I got it with on discount. Then I brought it to the studio, and we were just going to do just punch-ins, So we plugged in that amp, and I'm like, "That amp's badass." I mean, I played it at work, but I didn't really hear it in the studio,
Sure.
So I got so inspired. I retracked that whole EP just like that, because I was just like, it's just shredding, that sound. It had that chunky.
Man, Sean, was it a couple months ago?
Mm-hmm.
We actually had Howard Kaplan on here.
Yeah.
The guy that actually worked on
Shoot,
the 5150 amps, the EVHs.
Yeah, I heard his name like pop around. I didn't know, because they would have them, as far as the amps go, they would work out of Scottsdale, with Eddie and all that stuff. We were just the guitar guys, I guess, And then they finally sent us some combos for us to use as our basic, default amps testing.
As testing amps. I remember when I walked through Fender, there was a lot of EVH combos on benches. And some of them I remember some of them were like upside down.
Yes.
Do you remember them being upside down?
Yes, they were actually like on their side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really, really cool amps. I mean, I have the profiles on, like on my Kemper. So I was just looking at the chat, and I just saw on the drummer from Iron Wrath, which is my good friend CG.
Oh yeah. Chimed in. I saw that.
Yeah, I was talking about the whole amp thing, and
there we go. Hey man, welcome.
Yeah. He's I've known CG since we were probably 16 or 17 when we first started the Iron Wrath thing.
Cool.
Actually, we were doing this other band, this glam metal band, and then we started the Iron Wrath thing.
I remember your glam metal photos. I remember those. Yeah.
The spandex. Oh my gosh! I remember we were playing some club in Hollywood, and these spandex were like green, tiger stripe, and then I sweated so much that the dye dyed my skin, my legs.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, the good old 80s.
Oh, green.
Well, you know that stuff's all back in style now, so
Yeah,
it's all
yeah, the
right.
hair, the shirt. That's awesome. It's good times. Got plenty of pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the cool thing about Facebook and Instagram now, man, is you know, you can share all that stuff now and it's cool. You know, it's like back for years and years and years. It's embarrassing. Oh, nobody will ever see this. But when on social media, people love seeing that stuff.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. On the band that we were in, I won't say the name of the band, but we were we were voted as one of the most like the cheesy bands of the '80s, which is funny because there's Motley Crue and there's Rat and there's all these bands, and I guess we all looked like that, you know. But the band I was in, we were in that group, and we didn't have that type of success like Rat and Dawkins and all those other guys. But it was nice that they recognized us like that, you know. So yeah, so
That's
it's cool. It's cool. That's funny. What I was just reading the chat and locking this spandex with a cucumber. That's
Yeah. Or a sock.
or a sock. Spinal Tap.
Yep, that's right.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Gotta love it. Now someone's asking me,
Good old days.
Headstock, what was the glam band name? Okay, I'll give you a hint. There was a title track that it was called "It's Your Holy Right," and it was a Christian metal band, a Christian glam metal band, and it was called "Holy Right." So just look it up, and then you'll see the pictures, and then it's all out.
Okay, there you go. Leave it up to them.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah,
Cool.
That's cool.
Man. Yeah.
I was just
So hey, if you're just tuning in, this is Sean Shreds here, and we met because he worked for EVH, Jackson Fender, and just I mean, it's just, that's just so cool, man. I
yeah,
mean,
I found that picture, Johnny, of us at the NAMM show. Actually, when you came by when I was doing that demo with Borns, I think I had on the makeup.
right? Yeah, I remember you did a
That was
demo.
one of them. Yeah,
And we were hanging out. We were hanging out watching you. I think Michael Smith was there.
yeah.
I don't know who else. Caleb might have been there.
There was
That was a while. That was a while ago. That was
yeah.
4 years.
Oh no, actually it was 2015.
15.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think so. Because I just posted a picture on my Facebook page with my mom and with my son, and I think that was the same time. You know, and it says
Is it the one where we're standing at the table?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. That was way
That was
before.
one time.
Okay, I was talking
Yeah.
about another time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because there was two of them, I think.
There was a time
Yeah,
where you were doing you were at the table and I was up. There's a picture of me with you and was it your singer or somebody else from your band?
Oh, the bass player. Oh, that was
bass
Marcus.
player. Somebody else was there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that picture. Yeah. I might have been wearing the camouflage jacket, maybe.
Yes, you was.
Because I always wear that to the NAMM show because of the pockets. Because it has like all these huge pockets that I can like. Because you walk through, people are handing you stuff left and right. You know, demo things
Swag.
and swag.
Yep.
Yeah. So the pockets are full. Boner jams. Hey man. Evening, everyone. Right now, 41 years ago, EVH wrote a dope riff, which eventually became a demo that turned into a song. Guess what it is? By the way, Kurt 1550, God, you're a handsome, handsome man.
Aw.
Thanks, Paul Jams. Johnny, you know what
41
swag stands for?
What?
Shit, we all get.
Well, that's why I wear that jacket, for the big pockets.
Yes, which is really important when you're walking around for 12 hours and all that expensive, water and food.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like going
Boner Jams, thank you so much for the support, man. And so what is it? Right now, 41 years ago, EVH wrote a dope riff, which eventually became a demo, then turned into a
what is
song. 41 years ago. Well,
Does
how long ago
Boner
was that?
Jam know anything about Van Halen? He could be being a smartass here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think he's learning, though.
Yeah, I know. He loves it deep down inside.
What was 41 years ago? How long ago was that?
I have to look at my phone.
40 years ago would be 82?
In the 80s. Yeah.
So 81. In 81, he wrote something, became a demo. So maybe something that... maybe something that ended up on Diver Down, or maybe Jump. Right.
Yeah.
1981. That's probably Diver Down, right?
Mm-hmm. Could have been, yeah.
I'm really bad with those things. I've been around it like my whole life, and I've been in it, and that's, if I was still around Chip, I know Chip would know this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chip Ellis and all those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. In the chat, let's get some guesses in the chat of what that may be.
There you go.
Oh,
I was going to ask Sean, any famous people you met while working there that you can talk about that was memorable?
Of course. I'll start with Phil Collin from Def Leppard. Yeah, he played a big role in helping us getting started with with our 11 thing and all that stuff. But when I was working one day, I was setting up some guitar, and I felt his presence as I usually do, because they always have us facing at the wall, so we don't see anyone that's walking past us. So I'm sure I miss a lot of people that way. But my spidey senses kicked in, and I'm like, who is that? And I looked over, and it was Phil Collin. He was checking out some Charvel. I think it was a Charvel.
Phil Collin from Def Leppard.
Yeah, or Jackson. He played Jackson too.
Yes.
Was he jacked up then?
Yeah, I got some really cool stories to tell you about that too. But let me stick with this real quick. So when I looked over, I'm like, dang, that's Pyromania. Everything started to come back to me, because I'm a huge Def Leppard fan, and I remember watching the videos on MTV and what's the one when he's doing this with the guitar with the Explorer, the Ibanez Photograph. Thank you. Which, just to fast forward on that, when I was at his house, we were just kicking back because his wife was taking pictures of the band at the time. Phil goes, hey, come over here. I have to show you something. And I seen a poster of the black, of the Ibanez that he had. It was a picture, and I'm like, is it here? Is it here in California? Because he has a couple of houses. One, he goes, no, it's at my house in Europe. I go, but thank you for showing me that, And then he goes, yeah, I love that guitar, and I go, dude, can you show me how to play the solo and Photograph, the song Photograph? And he goes, oh, absolutely. So we go into his living room. Yeah, I had the one-on-one, and then everybody that was in the kitchen, everywhere else, they all came in there to watch what Phil was playing, and then I would try to copy what he was. Well, I was copying him what he was doing, and nobody got a video of it. I asked my friend Joseph and Danny, and you guys had camera phones. You guys get that one video. So, but anyways, yeah, Phil. Phil was the first one, and John Fogerty.
Oh, wow.
He was awesome. coolest cat ever. I broke my wrist. I was doing something crazy, and I broke it, and I had on the cast, and I asked him to sign it. I told him I'm a big fan and stuff, and he goes, you know what? I remember when I was in the studio and I got in a fight with my wife, and I got so mad I went like this, and the ceiling was low, and I broke my wrist.
Oh.
Yeah, and he
Wow.
told me like the name of the song is, and it's a famous song, you know. So yeah, John Fogerty, the guys from Anthrax,
Cool. Scott Ian.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Scott Ian, he's really cool. There's a picture of me and him, Phil, Warren DeMartini, he's awesome. Then Phil, he plays in some thrash band, but we were all taking pictures, together. And I would say all of the rock stars that I met there. I mean, The Edge, that was cool too. Like I was going into the break room.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he was walking at me, and I was like a deer in headlights. And we made this eye contact, and I go, "Hey, how's it going?" He goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And that's how I actually, that's how I went ahead and got the carbon copy pedal, because he was playing that carbon copy into a Fender amp.
Is that your story? You had a story about the carbon copy.
Yes, that's it right there. See, it's full circle.
Wow.
Good night, everybody. No, we're still.
That was there. Yeah, Phil Demo from
and everyone,
Head.
if you watch the show, you got a sneak peek of kind of what it's like in the green. We just BSing, right, Johnny?
Yes.
The beginning there. Oh yeah.
Yes. I got tons of pictures on my Facebook page. I should have had some prepared. I probably could have shared them, because after I left, Fender, I left. I took all those pictures. I took everything, and I put it in a special folder for people that want to go there, and because I was the guy that was taking pictures,
Yeah.
And they was like, "Yeah, do you take a lot of pictures?" I go, "Yeah." I've been taking pictures since I
You
was
never know
15
how
years
long you're
old.
going to be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
see. We can show some if you want.
Cool. Do you have a?
Let's
It's
see.
It's on my main Facebook page, my first one, because I made two, and I think, I could.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm scrolling through them right now. I'm looking to see
cool.
something like if we could. You got a lot of pictures,
Man. On my phone alone, I got like 35,000 pictures on there that I just snap pictures. I love photography.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Here's a cool one. Here's a cool one actually. This looks like you guys. Let's see. It looks like the band with
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yes. That's that was the night that we released the self-titled album for Hour 11, and Phil played on 2 tracks. I mean, not that night, but he played on the record itself.
And, that's so cool.
Yeah, him and his wife Helen, they text my friend, which is my son's mom, because she was helping a lot and stuff, and she said that they wanted to come to the show, and they came to the show. It was awesome. I thought I would be a little, scared. Well, not scared, just nervous, because, I don't know. That's just me. Because Phil's there, and Phil's, I mean, he's successful. I mean, so when he showed up, I was going backstage to get my guitar, and he tapped on my shoulder. I'm like, "Whoa, you made it!" He was like, "Yeah, I can't. I would not miss it, mate." And his wife Helen, it was so rad. It was so rad that they showed up.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, that's from Hour 11, and that's from left to right. That's Marcus, that's the guy that you met.
Yeah, I remember him.
He's next to me, and it's Phil next to me, and that's Jay, the drummer that played on the record, and that's Danny, the singer.
Mm-hmm. So this was, yeah, because I know you've hung out with Phil many times. I mean, I've seen a lot of pictures, and
Yes.
I saw really quickly in the chat here,
Yes.
Mike Neese. Here we go. His bodyguard hurt Johnny's arm at NAMM one year. Sean, did you ever hear about that story?
Oh wow, is this
Did I
real?
Did I tell you about this story one time?
No.
This was at the at the NAMM show one year. I was in, because at NAMM there was the huge Fender room, and then across the hall there'd be the smaller room with EVH, Jackson, Gretsch, and I was walking out of that room one time, and all of a sudden these huge bodyguards come walking in, and they're yelling, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. And with them was Phil Collin.
Wow.
And Phil comes walking by, and it wasn't a bodyguard, it was Phil that bumped into my arm. And it was sore the next day.
Really?
That guy's built, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need a bodyguard.
No, he doesn't.
He didn't even need bodyguards. I don't know. But
That's
they brought him
trip.
in. And then they took some pictures of him holding his whatever new guitar he had that year.
Oh, it's probably
And then they
the
were
one.
gone. And then they left. It was really quick.
Wow.
It was really quick. But that's my Phil Collins story. Is we bumped into each other in that room.
Man, Johnny. Well, he's ripped. I went to. They invited us to the Delta Deep show, which is his blues band.
Mm-hmm.
And so we watched him, and it was a treat to watch him because the bass player, Robert from Stone Temple Pilots, the bass player, DeLeo.
Yes.
He was playing bass, and then there was yes, and so when they got done, they all went to the green room, and then Phil takes off his shirt, and I'm like, dude, you're ripped. And I go, dude, I seen the weightlifting set like in your garage and everything, but you really use that stuff. And I seen them live with Def Leppard, but I mean, like the closest on the stage, I probably orchestra seating because they would get us in there and stuff. But I didn't see it like that. I mean, I'm like right there. But yeah, he's amazing. Very like encouraging.
And he's not young.
Very, very strong.
Yeah, he just
he's not young. And there was a few years where he would play with his shirt off, all greased up.
Yeah, all greased up. Yeah. That's real. He's real.
Yeah, that's legit. Stay young, right?
Yes, that's so encouraging. For him to do what he does and touring like the way he does, and all the bands he plays in, he's real busy all the time. I mean, that's what I think about when I feel tired and I don't feel like touching my guitar or something. I go, look at Phil. He's touring all these bands that are like in their 50s. They're all 50 plus. They're all doing it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So here's another photo right here. I think this might be one that you just told us about. Right here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's when we met up with Warren. He's right next to me, and Chip's right next to Warren. Okay, let me go from left to right. Just looking at it. That's Mike Shannon. That's Greg.
Yeah.
And that's Scott. Scott works for Ernie Ball, and actually Greg works for ESP right now.
Cool.
And Mike Shannon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Mike Shannon is still with Jackson, and there's Warren, and that's when we were about to make his skull guitar, and I think that was part of the prototype that we were working with. And that's Chip Ellis. That guy was he was like a tech guy, like an engineer guy that was downstairs. I forgot his name. Tim Wilson, which Tim Wilson, he's famous for Randy Rhoads, built Randy's guitars, and he's been with Jackson his whole life. And that's Mike Gomez, and he was one of the setup guys.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, that was early.
Cool.
Very cool picture. Yeah, Mike Shannon, man. I know of him, and we actually our friend John Mancuda brings up
Oh
his
yeah,
name all the time because
yeah,
he has a lot of guitars that are possible that I think were built by him.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That I brought my Jackson in. I had since '96, and the frets were
Mhm.
worn out from me playing it like crazy. And I go, Mike, could you know, like hook me up? He goes, absolutely. So he took my neck and he actually took out the thin frets and put the jumbo frets like the soloists, you know, which is fine. You know, I like the soloist fast and all that stuff. And I go,
Mhm.
dude, can you sign the back of the headstock for me? he, goes, he goes, really? Of course I'll sign the back of the headstock for you, dude. Very, very nice, humble guy. You know, he doesn't think about, oh, like I worked on Rhoads guitars or all the other rock stars that ask him to build their guitars
Right.
Yeah.
from him.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of cool dudes with a lot of history, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's you know, when I was there, they had these file cabinets. I don't know if I told you the story, Johnny. They had these file cabinets in the back. They're all black ones that were like maybe, I'm not sure, probably about 100 feet. It was a long row of them, and I see people going there. They're filing, going through stuff. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, guys. Hey, Jade, we're
You're good.
online, okay?
Mhm.
and 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 okay, so I got curious, like my son did, and I went in there and I found all of these like these work orders from all these bands from the '80s and all these people that had their guitars built. Striper, all those
Wow.
bands that you would see these famous guitars on videos, that play Charvels and I think it
Mhm.
was Charvel, yeah, but
Mhm.
definitely Jackson. It's pretty rad.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, so much.
Oh, Red Dave too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just looked at the chat. I saw Red Dave's name right there.
Red
I'm
Dave.
telling you.
Mhm.
Yeah, Red Dave is awesome. I learned a lot from Red Dave and Mike Shannon, of course, you know, and from Greg Burnett and the guys in the custom Fender but yeah, on Red Dave, every time I would need a hole, drilled, like like the Wolfgangs, they would have the hole for the switch and stuff, and they would forget, or like the CNC machine would do something weird, and they would forget to put the hole there. I don't know. I forgot how it would work out. So I would take the body down there to the mill, and I go, Dave, can you please hook me up with this?
Mhm.
Because if I don't want to drill, and then that drill does this, and it comes to the top of the the body. He goes,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. So he would totally hook me up.
That's
So
cool.
Cool. Yeah.
yes, great guitars.
So they got a new documentary
Amazing.
coming out on Randy Rhoads. Johnny, you were talking
Yeah.
about it on
Yes.
Wednesday. Is
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
on him through his career, or is Jackson in there as well? Jackson guitars.
See. Randy Rhoads and Eddie Van Halen's rivalry discussed in an exclusive clip from upcoming Randy Rhoads documentary. So I think it's all about Randy Rhoads. I think it's all
Okay.
about his life, I think.
That's awesome. What's a
I
trip
know.
is like we're doing this recording with Iron Wrath, and my guitar parts are I'm really, really happy with the parts that I'm doing in that band. And you'll hear a lot of Rhoads and you'll hear a lot of Eddie. Little clips of me. I mean, it just pop in my head, and then I'll play it, like a certain way, and just to see this, it's the perfect timing. I really miss Rhoads because I remember when he died. I remember that day when my dad told me when he died.
Man. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh, whoops. Man. Yeah, I know. These guys were huge influences on you, and and it's wild now. Like all these years later, there's a lot of this type of stuff, documentaries,
Yeah.
and it's like even I mean with us, like Kurt and I and you, I mean we're such huge fans of Eddie Van Halen, all that stuff, and we think we know like everything or whatever, and we're always learning something new.
Mm-hmm.
See you, Kurt.
Always. Oh, Kurt. What happened, buddy?
He said he had to leave in an hour. I guess that was it.
That's funny.
But we're always learning,
Yes. We have this one song with Iron Wrath that we just recorded. A Price to Pay. It's called something else now.
Mm-hmm.
But there's on the solo, I do this. With the hammer on I think it's the 5th fret, and then stretch 4 frets, and then I'm on the 12th fret or something. I can't remember. I have to look at my guitar. But it's something that Eddie did, and that just popped in my head, and that's because he did it. I mean, it's all buried back here. Our influences are always going to be there.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for you guys to hear that. You hear some Eddie in there.
Awesome, man. Yeah, looking forward to it. That's.
Hey, Kurt.
Hey, welcome back.
Uh-oh.
What? Oh.
Poor guy. He'll be right back. Oh. That's like being on the cell phone. You're talking, and all of a sudden it's like silence. And I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
He looked angry. Uh-oh.
His internet is messing up. That's what's happening.
Yeah, I was just looking in the chat to see if anyone
Yeah. Oh, let's look at the chat. Who do we have here? We got 54 watching. We got Headstock Harem. We got Steve-O 5150.
Hey.
We got Mike Neese, who's interested. He'd like to see that guitar behind you, he says.
Oh, yes, my Sully. Yes, this guitar is awesome. Let me try to do this without not pulling my headset out. This is a Elita. Let me show the headstock. Oh, there we go. And it's all custom. I mean, it's one of his production, but he made it all custom out with it, with the FU tone parts.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
I love this guitar. It's actually tuned to C or C sharp, and with Iron Wrath we have 2 sets of tunings. And on my Deane guitar, which you've seen the black one, that's tuned to D sharp, and this is C. And so we wanted to go with a heavier tone for maybe 6 of the songs out of the 12. And this guy right here, this guy is balls heavy, going through the Kemper and through the Dr. Jekyll and stuff. I said balls heavy. That's funny. That was random. I don't know if you can see the bridge. It's the FU tone bridge. It's kind of hard to see.
Oh, there you go, man.
Yeah, it's a badass bridge, dude. I love it.
I have one of those, an FU tone bridge. I don't have it on a guitar yet.
Oh, okay.
But eventually I will have a guitar put together with one of those bridges.
Dude, I had this thing balanced a certain way, and with the arm in there, I hit it backward like a flutter like crazy, dude. Wow. I can't do it here, but dude, it's balanced nice. And these on the gauge strings I have on here are the 11 to 49s, I think.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, being tuned down like that, kind of nice to have that.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I see. So it's tuned down. So
Yes.
so you're tuned down. You got the heavier strings. Okay, that's not so bad
Yes.
then. That's not so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. It's like a balancing thing, going on.
Yeah.
And it has. Oh, check this out. Which I didn't know I was getting these type of tuners when you sent it to me. Get it there. They're the goat on the goat is. I have the guest TV right here. I can't really. Oh, if you can see it, but it's the fine tuners on the back.
Uh-huh.
And it's not gonna go out of tune.
Fine
at all.
tuners. So they're locking?
Yes.
So it's locking tuners and
locking tuner. Yes.
Locking tuners, locking nut.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, so that thing's staying in tune.
Yeah. Yes, this guitar is rad, dude. And the pickups are it's his version. They're super hot. I would probably compare him to like the Seymour Duncans and the Wolfgangs. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean they're.
Oh, that's the FU tone pickups?
No, I think it's Sully pickups.
Sully pickups. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? Let's go to their website because I need to know this because I mean I'm not like officially like endorsed by them.
Let's see. Here I can go there and I can share the screen.
Oh, cool.
Sully Guitars.
Yes.
Let's see. Sully Guitars. Yeah, let's check this out.
Yep, I've been talking to him to play some of his guitars, and Deane is really they're a very nice company too. They've hooked me up with my V and and the MD24. Oh, Joe Harvey, yeah, you have locking tuners on your guitar too. Yeah, that's a really.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey, dude.
Built by rock and roll.
Yeah, that's like you might as well join Kiss.
Look at that. Dang.
Yeah, he has really nice guitars, man.
Yeah, I'll have to look into Sully Guitars. I know of Sully Guitars because of Adam FU Tone.
Yeah.
It looks like he's a partner.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I've heard. I mean, I would see him posting about the stuff.
Yeah, it's a great team. With Adams, with his hardware, with FU Tone, and with Sully, it's a perfect combination. Along with their, with everyone else that uses the FU Tone, it's a nice upgrade. But this is the Elita, and it's part of the Conspiracy series.
This one?
No, I'm sorry. On my guitar, that looks like the Explorer.
Yours. Oh,
yeah.
Let's see. Let's find it.
Yeah.
Conspiracy series. Current run. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Let's see. So yours.
Mine would be the
one of.
Well, see, mine is
baritone.
Mine is kind of like a one-off because of the flame top. But I'm sure one of these guys, maybe the pink or the yellow one, you could probably check the specs on there.
Yeah.
They don't have. There's nothing.
Can't click on it, no. But
and those are not the same pickups, unless they change the color. I could find out right now. Sorry, I should have done this.
No, that's cool. But yeah, these are cool, man. Oh, and there's a Michael Sweet signature.
Yeah. They just did a video with him playing his latest.
His latest guitar.
Yeah. Sorry, I just got a text from Jay. Jay 7/8. He can't make it. He's busy, but he says have a great show. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah, he texted me earlier saying that he couldn't make it. But he's awesome.
Yes. Yeah, I was gonna send a text to John and ask him real fast what those pickups are there. I thought they were his version, but it could be the FU Tone. So now I'm really.
Oh, let's see. Actually,
look,
there actually is a pickups section here.
Okay. Good.
Let's see.
Yeah. But I don't know which ones they are though. Because mine are like hot rods.
Yours are hot rod pickups. Are yours? Yeah. I'm just seeing like zebra and
Yeah.
the covered ones.
Yeah. Let me ask them real fast. Let's see.
These look cool. In the chat. Oh, Guitar for a Cure is here. Hey, dude.
Hi.
Hey, man. Sully makes great stuff.
Yes.
Right. I was about to say in the chat, who here has heard of or used or uses Sully guitars? Awesomes.
Okay. I just texted him. Let's see what it says.
Awesome.
He's in Texas, so he's not that far ahead of or behind us.
6, 7, 8. No, he's a couple hours ahead.
Yeah. My guess, you know what? I'm gonna guess and see if he says the right thing. I think it's probably the Air one. The Air.
These
the Jordan Air.
Jordan Air.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I didn't care what kind of pickups that was in it because I think I played this guitar at the NAMM show. I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he played it through the amp, and I just loved the way like how it sounded. So I just went ahead and just went for it, you know.
Yeah.
Because I love his guitars, and I was like, well, you know, if it doesn't have enough, you know, oomph to it, then I'll just dial it in, you know, with the Kemper, you know, or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, man. I mean, if you're playing, yeah, any guitar, you plug it in. If it sounds great,
Yeah.
Leave it like that, you know. And you know this, you can always fix something up. I mean, you can always put in, because you know what you like. You know if. You know, I'm like myself. I'm never too worried about anything. Like if I've bought like a lot of guitars online. Well, not recently, but over the years, where I just get them, and I'm never worried. I can always put in, you know, something that I know will sound great.
Yeah.
Or just change stuff up, customize.
Yeah.
Customize stuff.
That's what I did with the Deane, the MD-24. I got the Kill Switch Engage, the Fishmans for that guitar, and they're active. And I tell you, Johnny, when I got those pickups and I seen the rat's nest that was in that box. I mean, not like rat's nest was bad, but it had a lot of stuff in there.
A lot of wires.
Yes, yeah. And I've had to go through that stuff with Jackson all the time with guys that would, you know, order these weird different types of pickups, like, you know, configurations on split coiling this and that, and it just we would have to figure it out. But yeah, when I got the Fishmans, I put those in there, and dude, I love that guitar too. Those two guitars so far, you know, for Iron Wrath, it's pretty rad for that sound that I'm going for. You know,
that's cool. That's cool. And really quickly, while we wait for Kurt, I think his internet went out.
Okay.
Please explain to everybody, because as we were saying before we started, people think I'm crazy. Okay?
No, you're not crazy.
People think I'm insane because I'm always talking about how I play GTA, and currently I play GTA on Twitch like every night. Every night I'm over there, like, yeah, literally every night I'm over playing GTA on Twitch with a number of people, number of friends. We play every night, and I can actually thank you for a lot of that, because the past, I mean, I've been playing GTA on the iPad for like 6-7 years, and it's fun, you know.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like the actual game on the computer. And here's symmetry. This is Symmetry here. He's one of my buddies. We play
Cool.
every night. And we are
Cool.
actually called the 5150 crew within
That-
GTA. We got 5150 next to our names.
That's rad.
And
That's very cool.
we play every night. But Sean
Yes.
here is really the one that got me into playing GTA and wanting to play GTA
Sorry.
5 because you would post videos on
Mhm.
Facebook playing GTA 5. I mean, going back like a number of years now. Like,
Yeah.
many years, and I would see your videos and I'd be like, man, that game looks so cool. One of these days, it's so funny, man. It's the total opposite now. I would comment on your videos. I'm like, one of these days I'm going to jump in and play that game with you. I would love to play it. And now, as we were talking before we started, you're like, Johnny, I want to jump in with you and play that game.
Yes. 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 When that game came out, it came out in 2013 because my son is born. He was born in 2013.
Mhm.
And after, actually, it was a few days before he was born, I went to Best Buy and I bought, GTA 5.
Mhm.
And then I had to block that in my head so I could go be there with my son that's being born, with his mom and stuff. And so when I finally got back and I was off with Fender for about almost 2 months, bonding with my son, and all I did was play, GTA, and there he is right there. He is like the master at this, and at that game, and so
we might need some advice on
yeah,
because I just started. I've just started playing GTA for like 7 months now.
yes.
So I'm only rank 150. So I'm
Um,
like,
it's all good, dude. I think my character is almost 600 right now.
oh man,
500.
Yeah, he's almost 500.
500.
I'm almost to level 200.
Yeah, he's almost 200. He doesn't play that much now, but that takes a lot of time because you know how much time it takes,
because
to level.
I had to start at a level 1.
He's gonna. All right, so we'll talk about it in a little bit, okay?
We're on there every night, and
Yeah.
now like my next purchase, I just got the dance club.
Oh yeah.
I just got the club, and you go and you fly, you go out and you drop flyers and you put up posters and stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm making making that within the game. But
Yes.
my next purchase, what I want is the Deluxo.
Yes.
Do you know that? Which is like the flying DeLorean.
Yes. Yes.
That's what I want.
I think I had that for a while, and I may still have it, but with that character, he was pretty rich at the time. To where I have a lot of stuff with him, all of the different places to make money, and I'll give you some pointers on how to level, and you can get up pretty quick from selling cars and all that crazy stuff.
Right on. See, you guys, I'm not nuts. See, we got Sean
No.
Shreds here, and he plays it too. He knows all about it too. So.
Oh my gosh, I'm a huge gamer. I went to school to build games. I told you about that, to make games, and I don't do that now, but I kind of do as far as little 3D stuff for different things for work,
Actually,
Mhm.
I'm a way better gamer than you.
Yes, you are. He just says he's a way better gamer than me, which he is.
Oh, that's
But I had
awesome.
But I had to save his butt when we were playing a Red Dead, which you've seen the video when he gets attacked by the bear. We were just fishing. Yes, we were just fishing or something, and then we went and saw something off in the on the other side of the mountain, and so we go there, and a bear out of nowhere comes and attacks him. I rush to grab my shotgun, and the bear's like chomping on him, and I finally shot the bear because the game knows how to aim for you, so you don't shoot the person that's there. Exactly. And then there was this other bear that was coming after me, and I shot him too. So anyway, guys, I'm sorry to guys in the chat. If you guys don't play, I'm a huge gamer. Huge.
Oh, I've been a Sherman Callahan. Thank you so much for the super sticker, man. Thank
Metal
you,
Mike.
dude. Metal Mike is here.
Yes. Yes. Red Dead, like the first one is really good too. The first Red Dead.
I finished the entire story.
Yes, you did.
I'm playing Red Dead right now.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
He's playing. Yeah, he's hardcore.
Awesome.
Actually, Dad, I'm a level 100 gamer.
Yes, you are. Cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
So see you guys. I'm not nuts.
No, he's perfectly fine.
We Yeah. No, dude, every night I'm live on Twitch every night doing GTA. We play for not roughly 2 to 3 hours every night, and we play as teams. You know,
That's
myself, Trev, I think his name's Symmetry in here. Another guy named Robot Master Switch. Another guy named Zach Thong. Another guy named Mickey Suttlemeyer. We all, and probably a few others, we get together every night and we play. And we talk through the Discord, so we're actually talking. Yes. And it's all streamed live on my Twitch channel.
I have to check that out. That's awesome. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun. And it's not like we're just sitting there playing the game. We are, but at the same time, we talk guitars, we talk rock music, we talk Van Halen, like all the stuff we talk about on these shows, we also talk about over there while we're playing these games.
It's true. When I worked at Fender, we would play Halo. We would play that, and then we would play most of the shooting games. We would play together as teams. Halo, some Destiny, which was the first Destiny, and then they got into Destiny 2, which I didn't get into playing with them on that much. But we all started when I would play with them, we would be on there for 3 or 4 hours talking about music and trying to get through the strike. They're called strikes, which is or quests that you go in and all that stuff. But hey, Chris, on CG, he just left the thing on there.
Hey man, send me an email and I will send you a piece of Sean with Iron Wrath.
Yes,
cool.
Yes, we got to talk about some of the what's happening with that too.
I'll do that, man.
Cool.
Definitely.
But yeah,
Guitar for a Cure remembers seeing you gaming live, I guess on Facebook.
Yes, I should do that. It's fun.
It's a lot of fun. It really is. It really is a lot of fun. Hey, Justin. Hey, dude. Good to see you, man.
Yes, that's cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think what really makes it a lot fun is when you're playing with your buddies, and you're able to do everything like in real time somewhere else. It's just phenomenal. I do this with my flight simulator, the DCS flight sim, and I'm flying the F-18, and I know that jet pretty well. I'm not saying I can fly a real one, but I mean I do everything in there, and there's guys that I fly campaigns on there. Like we'll do like a mock-up of Desert Storm or any modern day strike mission. It's awesome.
Wow.
So
yeah.
And I have the headset that has this thing right here. I don't know if you've seen these before. If you could see it, this little thing. You can see the lights.
Oh, right.
Yes. On this is the head tracker. It goes here, and as you move your head, you can do that. It's like you're inside the cockpit. So I could look over like this. I could look down there, and I could look around. If I have like Bandit that's behind me, I can look back. And well, not like this where I can't see the screen. I have to be looking right at the screen. But if I turn my head this far, the whole my head is looking backwards. So I have this much motion. So yeah, pretty hardcore. And it's less expensive. It's not like flying a $80 million jet, and or $300 million jet if you're flying the YF-22.
Yeah. Plus, in GTA, I can run heists and rob and steal cars and do all this stuff. And don't in real life you don't have to do any of that. You just do it in the game.
Yeah.
My favorite vehicle is actually the what's it called?
On the armor car?
No, the not the flying bike. What's the bike?
Oh,
Is it the first? Is it Mach 1? Oppressor
compressor.
Mach 1. I think that's
Yeah,
the one that's like my favorite vehicle that I use.
yeah, that's a
The
hard
the
one.
the bike with the boost.
Yes, that's expensive bike. You have to make the money to get that bike, and that's awesome that you did that because it's not easy to get because you
Yeah.
have to raise money to get that. You know.
Well, I bought a shark card.
I bought many. Trust me, I bought.
And I accidentally bought the bike. I didn't mean to, but I've sworn to my gaming friends here that I wouldn't buy any more shark cards. That everything I did, I would earn, within
Yeah,
the
I
game with the
know.
businesses, with the cocaine and
Yeah,
the what do you call it?
yeah,
All that
yeah. I know.
stuff.
I know. What was these guys saying?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a
Hey.
second, Sean. A guitar for a cure. Ask about the Charvel. Actually, it was a QA signature mini. Well, thank you. Yes, I did build a lot of wolves for a long
Mm-hmm.
time, and the
If you're
Charvel.
just tuning in, Sean here. He set up and built a lot of EVH Wolfgang guitars that you may own out there. If you kept the hang tag, you might see the initials SS on there, and
Thank you.
that's him.
Thank you. Had some great memories. The on Guthrie guitars are really nice guitars. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Shredding guitars. I mean, I got video of those.
I remember when I was at Fender, when I was with Chip. I remember we were walking through and we were stopped. I want to say by what's his name? What's his name? He's always barbecuing. His Instagrams are all barbecuing.
Oh shoot!
At NAMM, he's the guy that's yelling. That's always yelling. We're
Oh,
closing. Everybody out. Fred.
Yeah, Fred dog.
Fred.
Fred
Oh,
dog.
yeah. I remember seeing him at Fender, and I want to say somebody came up to Chip with a Guthrie Govan
Mm-hmm.
guitar, and they were
Yes.
showing it to him, and he was looking at it, and that was like the first time I ever saw one of those.
That's cool, dude. I tell you, Johnny, that guitar, they were kind of tricky to set up and stuff, and they took longer. But see, with those kind of guitars, you would want to put the time into them for them to play like butter. I mean, that's the only thing I could use for like an example of like with my guitars, I want them to play super easy to where I don't have to like fight it,
Mm-hmm.
And when we would set up the Gutries, if they wasn't set up right, or they just didn't play that well. I mean, like they played well, but see, I know the difference now. I knew the difference. If you took the time, the extra 10 minutes to bring that action flat, flat neck, and bring the action down as far as you can, it's amazing guitar. And I think the only guitar that I felt that played like that was probably the Jason Becker, his PV, the unnumbered guitar.
The PV one.
Yes, and his original.
Did you play it?
Yes.
Did you play it? I played
Yes.
it too. Well,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
good. I'm
yes.
good friends with Jason, and
That's right.
I go to his house for his birthday parties and stuff. And
Yeah.
I've actually held that numbers guitar.
That's
the PV,
rad. That's
the PV
dude.
one.
That guitar, dude. I think they were gonna do a documentary before the one that came out
Mm-hmm.
with this guy that was gonna play him, play on Jason, but I think it fell through because Jackson was gonna make one for him.
Oh wow!
The guitar, yeah. So they brought that guitar to the factory, and they're all upstairs. They're all talking about it, and I see the guitar. I'm like, I know that guitar, and they're like, hey, you want to check it out? I'm like, hey, hell yeah, I want to play that guitar. Of course, I want to play it, and I couldn't believe it.
That's the one that Eddie played.
Oh, okay.
When Eddie Van Halen went to Jason's house in 1996, he played that guitar.
Wow.
And he gave Jason a PV Wolfgang, which he had autographed, which I've seen at
Yeah.
Jason's house.
Yeah.
Um,
That's cool.
and then they finally, like Jason told me years ago that there was video of that meeting, and then they finally released it. Like a year within the last couple years.
Oh, okay.
They released it. Video of Edward at Jason's house.
I have to check that out if you can find it.
Yeah.
Middle Mike was asking me what's my favorite guitar, and man, I have so many that I love. I think I would say the top 5. For now, it's the Deane, the Black Deane, the MD24, which I highly modified it. It's awesome. I love the Sully. That's back there, and I love the Wolfgangs. I played the Wolfgangs for a long time, for probably 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would love to get, if I buy like another Wolfgang, I'll probably get the Stealth. I like the Stealth. Probably with the what is it called now? The one with the red button on it, the kill switch.
The kill switch. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that the touring? That's not the touring one. What is the? They had a special name for it.
There was the USA Edward Van Halen EVH Wolfgangs.
Yes.
That came with there was a stealth one.
Okay.
There was an ivory one. Those were the USA. Those came with the kill switches.
Okay. But they didn't have. But yeah, I would probably say on just the stealth.
Then there was that relic. There was the one that Chip. Made for him. The relic one.
Yes, well. and that's the touring one, right? That's the touring.
The touring one. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that Edward toured with in 2015.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I probably would go with the just the stealth one, just the one with maybe with the kill switch, because I like the Randy Rhoads thing, when he would do it with the Les Paul.
Mm-hmm.
USA relic.
There we go. Stephen Franklin. Thank you, man. Yeah. And then real quickly, going back to Jason Becker, I just want to show you this picture.
Oh, yes.
Here.
I
just found this picture on the internet.
That's perfect.
So that's the guitar, and you can see Jason's other guitars behind me. The Carvin with the stickers on it. And this was actually at a screening of the documentary Not Dead Yet in Richmond, and Jason was there.
Oh, okay.
That's what this was. And then there's a picture up top here of me and Jason. That's actually at Slim's, where they actually filmed the ending of the documentary, where Satriani was playing and everybody was playing. That's where that was, actually.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
But yeah, anyway, that's that guitar that you were talking about right there.
Yeah. That action was so low. There was no string buzz from what I felt when I was playing it.
Wow.
I mean, you could probably get the Jackson soloist to get the action that low.
Mm-hmm.
But, the standard for setups for the Jacksons and for the Wolfgangs, I think they were on the high E was 3.5. Where's my ruler at? I just had it because I was just messing with my guitars. No, it's not here. Yeah, it's a 3.5 millimeter, and then it's 4.0 for the low on the 17th fret. So, like underneath the string on the 17th fret, the high is 3.5 and the low is 4.0, and that was standard. So, I mean, to me, that felt kind of high. But now that I'm playing with Iron Wrath, I set it up to that specs because I'm kind of hitting the strings a little harder now on some things, and I don't. It's nice to have that buzz on some things, but you don't want it choking.
Yeah, and you're using heavy strings too, right?
Yeah,
11s.
Yes, 11s.
11s tuned down. You said.
Yeah. So on both guitars. No, actually, the 10 to 46 for the D sharp, and for the C is the 11 the 49s, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. So he's bored. He wants to play.
Is it
But,
dinner time?
Miss me too.
no, no, he just had a really nice stint in.
Oh man.
I'll be done soon, okay?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. We can. I mean, we normally do these, 5 to 7. I mean,
yeah, no, it's cool. We
we
got
can go
time.
another 20 minutes. It'll go by quick.
Yeah, it's no big
It'll
deal.
go by quick.
But yeah, for the tuning, I mean, we could talk about the Iron Wrath thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I tell you, Johnny, that's probably one of the best playing that I played playing with Iron Wrath again, because Iron Wrath came from 1989 when we were kids, and it kind of went on a break for 30 years, actually, almost 30 years, and then we had a guy in Germany that was that's a fan of the band from back then. He asked me if we could start the band back up, and I was busy with Riot, and CG was doing his solo project, so he was busy, and I told him, I go, well, look, when we get the time, then we'll like check it out. And this was in 2016. So when I left Riot, and Chris got the time to do it, it's been full speed ahead for almost like a year and a half now. And the music is just it tells a story, and it's heavy, very commercial. I would say it's cross between like a Tool, a Linkin Park. You'll hear me putting in some Van Halen and some Randy Rhoads in there, John Sykes. There's like a lot of shredding in there. And we should be hopefully we'll have something out. Well, not hopefully, but we will release on the album in fall. So fall after summer. So
Oh, here we go. I found a photo of you from.
Uh-oh. I got scared for a second when you said that.
What
No,
is
it's all
this?
good.
When's this from? This has to be the 80s.
Yeah. If I have long hair or
This has to be 80s, man.
oh yeah. That's 1989. I have to tell you the story behind that guitar. That guitar was actually a Fender Strat that my friend gave me, and I didn't like. I wasn't really into Strats at that time, even though I was into Jimi Hendrix. I couldn't see myself, owning a Strat.
Mhm.
So when he brought that guitar over, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, thank you, So I took off the pick guard, I took some Bondo, I Bondoed the whole guitar, the face of it, and then I know it sounds kind of weird, but and I made it into a one pickup, guitar, humbucker.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which you can't see there. There's some other pictures of it. And I had the Kaler on there, and the neck, it's a Warmoth neck that I bought,
Let's see.
and that was my first neck. That was actually my first custom guitar. Yes, this is and I like that guitar has probably went through 3 or 4 different paint jobs.
I saw another picture of you playing here. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, there it is. Okay, that's the same one right there.
Oh, thank you, Keith. Oh, Tony McAlpine. Keith, I have to tell you about Tony McAlpine. I was a huge Tony McAlpine fan. And people actually, they thought I was Tony McAlpine because I had the hair and everything, and I would do a couple sweeps, like arpeggios here and there, string skipping or whatever, and they would get up close to me like, oh shoot, I thought you're Tony McAlpine. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's one of my other favorite guitar players. Yeah, that's when I had the long hair, spiky and everything, and that's the same guitar, and the neck was the Warmoth neck, and it was a banana type neck,
Mm-hmm.
and I took a saw because I've always wanted that Jackson look, and I cut off the tip, and I turned it into that type of a neck with this the angled neck, with the
like
80s
the reverse
pointy.
pointy. Yeah.
Yes, and being like a George Lynch fan, George Lynch had the reverse headstock like that, so that's what inspired me on that.
There
And
you
I built
go.
that was my first guitar that I built when I was 19 or 20, I think it was, and that's the Iron Wrath days.
Wow. That's awesome. And dude,
That's all kinds of.
that's so cool. Oh wait, here is that the guitar? Did it have two pickups?
It
You said
did.
one. It did have two pickups, and then
It
you made the one pickups, right? Is that what
actually it was a one pickup at first because that was before the first picture was the first paint job with the one pickup, and that picture
was
right
that?
there, that's the same guitar. And then I had a friend route that pickup for the neck because I wanted that neck sound.
Okay.
So I didn't want to spend the money to go buy like another guitar. Well, actually, Wayne Charvel hooked us up with a couple of his guitars and a couple of the BC Rich, like the Ironbirds,
Mm-hmm.
and all that. But I loved that guitar because it was my guitar. you know,
Yeah, it was cut your own custom.
yeah,
Your own custom thing, and that was so huge in the '80s. Was thank you to Eddie Van Halen, was
yes,
to create your own thing, like one of a kind type of thing that was only yours.
yeah, yeah. That this was taken at the Waters Club in San Pedro, or Pedro, or however you say it, Pedro.
I don't
Um,
know. I think San Pedro. I think.
Pedro, yeah. And I gotta tell you a story about that place. We opened up for Freight Train Jane. I remember that band, the singer from Black and Blue, Johnny Lane.
Oh,
Is it Johnny Lane? I can't remember his.
I don't know. John Beale. I don't know, but I know of Black and Blue. I know of, so before there were that
Well,
was an earlier band.
yes. After the Black and Blue,
Ah, okay.
the singer created Freight Train Jane, and then we got the gig to open up for them at the Waters Club,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a rad show. I think there's a video of us playing, and I was like, my amp was the VTM 120 as power. It was a PV, a VTM,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the ADA, the MP1.
The floorboard, the
Yes,
effects,
yes,
and stuff. Mm-hmm.
yes, and I had the SDE. Excuse me, the SDE 1000 from Roland, which was a delay, and I had the reverb from
Oh,
Roland.
right. Oh,
Dude,
cool.
yeah, dude,
That's cool stuff.
dude, it was magical when I would play that gig, and they had my stuff going through the PA and from the monitors, and I had a surround sound of tubeness. I'm trying to explain what that sound is, but sustained for days, dude. For days.
Wow.
Yes, I love the ADA. I was hoping to find like a profile for my for my Kemper, which I did find one actually, and it's funny because when you look back in those days, it took a lot of EQing for me to get my sound. If you go to YouTube, there's a video of that show of me playing the solo of that night, and I was going through that sound, and you could actually hear how it's so crisp and it cuts right through everything. So when I try to play it here or with Iron Wrath, it was just too much high end for me, so I had to kind of EQ it out. But I'm more of a 5150 now, so.
Oh, 51, dude. 5150. That's like you don't need to go anywhere else. 5150 and you're good.
It's magical.
That's my take on it, man.
Yeah.
I love the Oh, dude, yeah. Have you heard the new one, the
No,
iconic?
no, I have not. I got to check it out though, because
If you have a Guitar Center near you, they have them now, so you can go
okay.
in. Guitar Center has the platinum rooms. You can walk in. You can just turn the thing up,
Oh,
and
okay.
and like I said, we had Howard Kaplan on, the guy who helped who
Oh,
designed who
yes,
who
yes,
designed the original those amps,
yes.
and he was telling us all kinds of awesome stuff
Well,
about those.
there's some a couple of Easter eggs about that amp that only Eddie knew about it, and he told people like in his circle, and I'm sure that guy you're talking about, that was their thing. But it's a video I have to share with you. It's for you to share with everyone. I happened to stumble across it, but it was called like the hidden features of the 5153, and it could be like the new amp too that he was probably talking about. But
Hmm.
I didn't get into detail because I fell asleep. I was That was the last thing I was watching, but I saved it, so I'll share it.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Keith
yeah.
was
Just message it. That'd be cool.
cool. Yeah, Keith was asking me which 5150 is your preference. Well, I've only played the three, the which was I had the first ones that came out, which was the Whitehead, and
Hmm.
then they sent me the 50-watt version, which I love the 50-watt, and that's what I end up playing up until I got my Kemper, and I got the profiles from my good friend Tony. I'm from Guardian. He's like an amazing guitar player, and we've known each other for 35 years, and we would share ideas from the 80s. And then he moved to Tennessee, and he became this known sound guy at the studio in, at Nashville. And then when he found out I got the Kemper, he sent me 500 presets, and I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna go through that. He starts laughing. And he goes, oh, you play the 5153, right? 50-watt. I'm like, yeah. He goes, okay, well, go there. So there's probably about 30 of those presets that I loved, you know. So I will like
That's
eventually
cool.
get like another 5150 head,
Yeah, I would love one. I have the original PV. I have that one that I've had for since 1995. I got
Yeah,
it, and it's awesome. And my main amp for since 2008 or so has been the Fender hot rod. Is it the DeVille? The 212. If you know of the
yeah.
Fender Hot Rod
Oh
212
yeah, yeah,
amps, the
yeah.
combo.
The combo, yeah, heck yeah,
That's like that's been my main amp for a lot of years, and
yeah. Nice sounding amp. Or
yeah.
Fractal Audio too. Oh, my friend let me borrow his the Axoflex
Mm-hmm.
for a week because he wanted me to set up his guitar. And I go, well, look, if you let me borrow your Axoflex, then I'll set up your guitar for you. Of course, he paid me to do it too, but because I was on that fence of whether I was going to buy the Fractal or the Kemper, and I
Mm-hmm.
loved it. I loved it. Phil Collin, he uses that. A lot of my friends uses that, the Fractal stuff. Um, it was just too much for me to learn when I was about to go on tour with Riot. I couldn't learn it fast enough. That was a part that actually scared me because with Riot, there's a lot of changing, and I was the only guy that was doing it. So my friend had the Kemper, and I went to his studio, and I saw how fast he was, editing and stuff, and so I went that route.
That's
So
cool.
you're welcome, Keith.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of great amps out there. With my Kemper, I like to use the Diesel settings on my clean, which it has a really nice throaty sound to it. The EVH could do that as well. I happened to find out about that when we were recording with R11, and he had a couple of them in the studio, and he goes, "Look, let's try this to be different." I'm like, "All right." I wasn't too sure about it because I never heard of it, the amp, you know. And,
Mm-hmm.
but I heard it, I'm like, oh shoot, that's a different sound. It had a throaty, thick tone to it, you know. And then of course when it went from that clean, then it go to the distortion. That's the 5153, the 50 watt. But then like the rhythm, the main rhythm was the 5153, the 100 watt. So there's 3 amps on that one particular song actually.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the cool thing about recording is you can
Yeah.
use so many different things and you can blend
Yeah.
sounds, you know, guitars, amps, microphones, and get just amazing sounds.
Yeah, I was talking to CG when with the Iron Wrath, tracking, and I was telling him I would like to blend in going on direct and also with my cabinet being mine because I play the Dr. Jekyll cabs, which I love. They're 400 watt cabs on two 2x12s. The speakers are the the Evidence, the Evidence. I can pronounce it.
Eminence.
Thank you, Johnny. Yes, it's 2 of those on 200 watt and super light speakers that could push out 400 watts, and it's amazing. That cabinet is so light, dude. I could carry that cabinet by myself. You know, coming from surgery, having I told you about the surgery thing because I'm carrying like the Mesa Boogie cabinets for years and all those heavy cabinets I carried all the years. I had to get like the hernia surgery.
Oh man.
That's
Good news, food.
okay. Thank you.
And
yes.
is that the one you've been watching on all
yes.
the videos?
That's Johnny.
Oh.
He was just saying, is that the one that was watching that you were watching the videos on? Because he would come in when I was watching the video with you guys.
I know
Yeah.
he can't hear me, but yeah, tell him I said hi.
He said hi.
Hi.
Oh, he said hi. That's gonna wrap. See you later. That's so funny. I guess I could have put it on the speaker right here. That's my boy.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yes.
That's cool. Yeah, sorry, I'm scrolling. I'm trying to find that picture of us.
Oh no,
I'm trying to find. I know there's at least a couple pictures of us from NAMM shows over the years.
Yes.
I'm trying to find one to show.
No, it's cool. KXM Rock. Oh yes, my son. Yeah, he's. It's funny. I bought him a guitar 2 years ago before the pandemic started, and he was all excited and he couldn't wait to do it. But obviously, he's a gamer, so he wanted to play his games instead. And I couldn't fight with him about that, because you know how I am. So I'm like, well, he's still young. He'll eventually want to play guitar. And so just recently, he's 9 right now. So when I told him I would give him my John 5 Telly to him, then he just lit up.
I remember that guitar, man. You were playing. You played that at NAMM when you were playing at the Bournes. You did it one of the NAMM demonstrations for them. You were playing that.
Yes. It's a really, really nice guitar. They Fender totally hooked me up on that. I was going to use that guitar for whatever I was doing, and I go. I told the guy, I would like to have the John 5 model. I didn't think it was going to be the Squire or the custom shop. I just said, John 5. So they sent me the guitar. So when I came, they actually sent it, to my mother's place. So I stopped by her place to pick up the guitar, and I see the box, and it wasn't a case. There was no case. It was just a guitar. I'm like, uh-oh, this is not the USA version of the John 5 Telly. I couldn't argue with them about it because they sent it to me to help me out, So, it was all good. So what I did, I redid the frets on it. I changed out the pickups. I put the Wolfgang bridge pickup in for the bridge, and I did the SH4 for the neck pickup, and I put my pots in there, the volume pots in there. It's totally custom. Nice playing guitar, and you would not believe this, but I was playing with Iron Wrath. We were practicing, and I didn't have the strap locks on it. I didn't think to put on the strap locks, and I happened to lean over. Well, I did have strap locks in there. I didn't push it all the way in for it to click. So when I leaned over, yeah, it came off, dude, and it hit the ground. Said, bam! Exactly, dude. Dude. The guys were like, oh my gosh. like they were hurt, more than more than I was. And I was hurt, but I was like, well, if it's broken, I could fix it, But then I was looking at it, and it just broke the pocket a little bit, and so I just re-glued it. Yeah, big time. It made a weird sound. I mean, it just hit carpet. There was concrete around it, but it hit the carpet, which is concrete under the carpet. It's not like thick carpet.
Right.
Yeah. Stephen Franklin's asked me, do you still set up guitars? Yep, I still do. I haven't really been doing it like that much. I'll probably do like Steve. Steve is the other guitar player from my band, from the Iron Wrath band, and he'll like ask me to. Actually, I kind of put him off. I feel bad about this because we were supposed to get together and have some barbecue at his pad and have like a guitar day, going through all of our guitars because some big stuff's coming up, and we haven't done it yet. It's been a month, so I'm gonna hook him up and fix my guitars. But yep, I still do it. I mean, I get friends, random, local friends that'll just call me up and ask me to fix their guitars or basses. So I did keep that up here.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, and Sean knows what he's doing, man.
Oh, thanks, dude. I think Greg and all those guys, Tim Wilson and Red Dave, Scott, all those guys that I worked with through the years, they very patient, and then they pay attention to detail, that's an important thing, when it gets down the line and you're the last one to actually touch it, and set it up and build it and make sure it's all good. I always treat all the guitars that I tested like they were like my own. And that kind of got me in trouble sometimes because I would spend, like we had a quota to meet per day. And as the years gone by, like my last couple of years I was there, we had to do 8 guitars, which is 4 guitars each, between me and Rob Knowles that worked right next to me. And I would spend at least 2+ hours per guitar that I could. 2, 4, 6, 8, and I would go over time, a couple hours over. And they were like, "You got to go faster." I go, "If I go faster, it's not going to be the same quality. I don't want to go fast. I want to like at least get 3, and then I'll stay overtime on the 4th." And anyways, I would go through that. I guess every job's like that, like they want less, or they want more for less, or whatever that is.
Faster.
Just
fast. Keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, crack that whip. Just like Devo.
Dude.
It's all good.
I saw Devo live.
You did.
I saw them, a band that I was in. We played South by Southwest one year in Austin, Texas.
Oh,
and
cool.
Since I had the artist wristband, I could get into like any show. And then that year, one of the major acts was Devo. And so I got to see them.
That's awesome.
And it was an awesome show, man.
I love those guys. They were one of the bands that I was into when I was into Randy Rhoads, Ozzy, Diary of a Madman, and Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell with Dio and all that stuff. And when I was getting in, I was starting to branch off to listen to other guitar players, and that stuff that he was doing like in Devo was really weird, and I like the weirdness, and that's why I guess I like Steve Vai, because Steve Vai is weird like that, but harder.
Oh, weirdness is awesome because
Yes.
weirdness can be different and different.
Yes.
It's all about being different.
Yes. Thank you, iRock. He was asking to keep modding. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, Keith. Keith, you're absolutely correct, man.
I got a text message here because I've got a phone number on the screen up there. People send us texts.
Oh, cool.
I got a text. Johnny, ask Sean if he has ever used the head rush system.
Oh, I heard of guitar players, using that. I've seen it, but I never used it. I would like to check it out. Is that the thing that you turn your amps really loud and then you actually control what's going to the speaker? Is that the head rush? Is that what that is?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I've never used one, so
yeah. I mean, I heard of guys playing their amps like the Plexi, like the Marshall Plexis, and it's really a low volume, but it sounds like it's cranked and it's super, crunchy and nice tone.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that's the same thing.
Wow.
Steve Vai.
Oh yeah, what did you think of that Hydra? Did you see that Steve Vai guitar?
Oh yeah, that's the 3. That reminds me of my game, the Destiny game, with the aliens and stuff like that. There's some some aliens that would love that guitar actually, but I'm just kidding. But it looks really cool like that. But there's a video of a guy that's a critique, a producer guy that critiques things, and he had that guitar on his show, and he says that it was the most hardest thing that he's ever seen. And Steve Vai was actually talking about it, how it was the hardest guitar that he's ever played.
Yeah. I saw some videos of Steve talking about that guitar and just how crazy it was, but how cool it is, and like somebody like him, I mean, could play that, and like I was saying, being different. I mean, that's different.
It's definitely different. That's for sure. Tracy Guns loves using it. Yeah, Tracy did a thing with Michael Sweet, and I heard the that album with Tracy playing, and he has an awesome tone. I mean, he's always had an awesome tone. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
John Storm's on here too. Hey, John.
Hey, man. Yeah.
Okay.
People are texting me too, saying the head rush it's a modeling.
Yes, is that the same unit that the guy from Megadeth uses on Kiko? Is the head rush that same unit?
I don't know.
Because he uses that.
Is it? Probably.
I've been getting into that guy a lot lately.
Oh man, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm like on a quest for tone, the main tone for my guitar, because Wrath has that bite, and I've been listening to Slipknot, listening to Killswitch Engage, because with that sound that they have, there's a lot of frequencies going on, and it cuts right through. And I saw the Megadeth thing with Kiko when he plays dry, everything is dry, and you hear every little articulate thing he's doing. And I could do that with the Kemper and the 5150. Eddie's heads, because it's all about the mid range with with those heads, so it cuts like a knife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Tom. Yeah, Tom put something up. Tom.
Right, man. Oh, cool avatar too, man. That's the iconic. False Flag, thank you so much, dude. Just saying hey.
Oh, hi, False Flag. Thank you, man. Thank you.
I love you, Johnny.
That's awesome. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Thank you, man.
I got sidetracked. Metal Mike is saying he uses a quad a Cortex. That's what it is. That's what it is. That thing is pretty awesome too.
Cool. I'm gonna have to check out some of this stuff. Some of these things. I'm gonna have to try them.
It's pretty awesome. You know, my Kemper, when I was touring, the sound guys just loved that thing because they would put a mic on the cabinet and they would run it also direct. So I had two sounds. They would blend my sounds together on that PA, dude, and I was like, it kind of like, it reminded me of when I played at the Waters Club, you know, with my VTM and the ADA. You know, I had the high, the cut through, and then I had the low when we do that chunking, that chuck, chuck, chuck. Iron Wrath.
There you go, Iron Wrath. IronWrath.net.
Check it out, guys. Oh, we have the our YouTube.
Everything is there actually. Go to
yes,
IronWrath.net. Although it looks like one of the pages has a broken link though. Let me see. Facebook is good.
Okay.
I think the Instagram link doesn't work.
Oh, okay. We have to fix that because I had to change the name of the handle because
that's why.
Yeah, because CG wanted it to be more, you know, branding wise, it had to be a certain way. So I changed it to the way how we could get it, the way how that we could get it. Because you can only do a certain way, right? So
yeah,
we haven't fixed that yet. But thank you for checking it out.
Yeah. Actually, let's see. RTG. I'll go ahead and put the YouTube in here. RT. All right, so there's the Iron Wrath YouTube.
Cool.
So make sure you go and subscribe. Subscribe to them.
Yes, I have to tell you our plans real quick. We have some big plans. We're planning on doing a feature to sell, well, to put hopefully onto Netflix, and it's gonna be about our lives, pretty much when we were kids and how we got into Iron Wrath and what we went through and stuff. So that's going to be our focus, and plus we're going to do maybe about 4 or 5 videos before we even play live. We will definitely be playing live, and we're planning on doing some big shows. And maybe get on a couple tours.
Awesome.
Yes, and we have a really amazing singer. He's done stuff with Quiet Riot, Appetite of Destruction, you know. But I can't tell you his. Yes, we're gonna do the official announcement, you know, of who he is and everything. And he's an amazing guy, and I'm not hopefully, but for sure, I'll bring him on here, or I'll go over there, and then we'll all be together. And
yeah, just let me know. You can message me anytime and let's work something up. We can bring you guys all on here. That'd be great.
Cool. Thank you, Tom.
Awesome. Yeah, Tom says he just watched Answering the Call on YouTube.
That was so much fun, and I was so exhausted because I was working these long hours building effects for SeaWorld, and you know they had us doing crazy stuff, and I had to do the video, you know, with Wrath and all that. So I went to where we were all shooting, and Johnny, I was just like, I was nostalgic or whatever that word is, you know. I was out, you know, out of it. So yeah, so you'll definitely see it in there. But it was, and they were cracking jokes, and I didn't get it. I'm like, oh shoot, that's crazy. Yeah,
that's cool. That's
great.
Cool. Everybody,
guys.
check that out. Actually, the link is in the chat to the YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to them. Check out that video. And
Chris sent you a track too, right? Or CG. I'm sorry, I call him Chris.
I think he said I have to send him a message.
Oh, okay.
I have to so I got to get a hold of him. So I'll do that. I'll do that. Let's see. Cool.
Oh, that's cool, Keith. Yeah, I love SeaWorld. My first cool experience there. I mean, for working, because we used to build like these haunted houses there for Halloween. They would have themed out, haunted things
Mm-hmm.
through the park. And the first time that we did something for them, this was like in 2002. We would I would go backstage, and that's where they had the sick whales and all the, like all the animals that they were like carrying, they were taking care of. And I saw one of the dolphins there, and it was I was just fascinated by just looking at them, and the whales. I'm all into that stuff. I drive my girlfriend crazy. She's like, "Can we watch like Superman or something?" And then I just want to watch the history or like the Nature Channel or something.
Oh, I love animals.
Oh, I love them. I want to go off on a tangent.
Animals are awesome. Smash that thumbs up for
Yes,
animals.
yes.
We love animals.
Hi, Billy.
Hey, Billy. Welcome, man. So, hey, Eduardo
ahead.
Moreno. Porto.
Hello.
Great to see you, man.
Hey, Jarhead.
Great to see everybody. And we've reached where it's wow, it's 7:14.
Went by just like that. I got tons
So-
of other things that we could have talked about.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to do it again. I mean, you're always welcome, man.
Thank you.
Let's
Animals as leaders.
Let's do it again. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I love animals as leaders.
Cool. I got to check them out. I know the name. I see the guitar player. I'm gonna have to check them out, man.
Oh, I never swim with. I would love to swim with the manatees. Thank you, R2, R3. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I have to tell you this story real fast. Talking about animals. I used to go up to Big Sur a lot, which I still do. I haven't gone like recently. And with my ex, we would go there, and we stayed at this place called the tree hut, tree something, but it was like a place where you go in their huts that you could like camp in, but it's not camping, but you're something like that. But the huts are like you made out of twigs, so you're living in a twig hut. It's really cool. It's really cool. So Keith, damn Skippy. So like at night, you can hear the not dolphins, the sea lions talking to each other. And I never heard that before ever. And it's just fascinating, dude. I wanted to go down there, and I had my camera and I had my drone. I would fly my drone down there, not too close because they kind of freak out about stuff like that. So I would get these cool shots of them, swimming, like the calves, with their mother, and really fascinating. It's that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah, we'll have to do an episode on animal talk, literally. Where I live out in the middle of like the forest, kind of, and we out here we have turkeys. I have chickens. I actually have chickens. So
that's cool.
So they're just out there. But we also have peacocks.
Oh,
so
okay.
They do the weirdest screaming, man. Like I hear them all the time. Like they're noises.
Mean. They're mean too, right? Mean suckers. I heard.
Yeah, they might be.
Yeah, because I saw a video of this lady, that was hiking, dude. She was hiking, and I was thinking that she was gonna get like eaten up by like a like a lion, like a mountain lion, but she was freaking out over the whole peacock.
Getting chased, yeah.
Getting chased, yeah. It was chasing her.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody wants some. Hey man, that's a Van Halen tribute band. Man.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Right on. Dude, you guys will have to come on sometime. Van Halen. So cool, man.
Cool.
Well, hey, Sean, thank you so much for hanging out. I mean,
good talk to you.
Any
and
time. And Kurt.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he said his internet was weird. But here, I got to turn my camera off for a second.
Oh, no worries. That's cool. Yeah, those wild turkeys. I've heard people just being chased by them too. Mean birds. Or they're probably thinking, oh, maybe they have like the sixth sense that they were gonna get, like Thanksgiving. You're welcome.
Yeah, end of November. They're very, very, very tense.
They have that sixth sense. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Everybody wants some. Let's schedule that, man. All right. Sean.
Thank you, Not Visible.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Not Visible. Thank you,
everybody.
Everybody for watching.
Yes.
And don't hang up. I'll just let me play the outro, and then we'll say goodbye.
Okay.
Rock on, everybody. See you guys tomorrow night for Saturday Night Live. I think that's what you were watching. You were watching us last Saturday.
Last Saturday.
We were talking about craziness. Crazy
you guys
stuff.
Had me, I was crying. I was Dave Chappelle crying. Like I could not believe it. Sorry. I had to go there.
Oh man.
It's a crazy world, dude.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.
See you, John. See you, Keith.
Sean
See you, everybody.
Shreds.
Bye-bye.
Rock and roll, man. All right. Don't hang up. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Did you try again?
I forgot to say thank you to the channel members. So really quickly, let's say thank you to the channel members. I totally forgot. Totally forgot. Thank you so much, channel members. Thank you so much, everybody.
Take care.
Continued support. Thank you so much, you guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Cheers.
Rock on, everybody. Bye-bye.